Hey everyone, I'm MisterBo and welcome back to another BoLog. It's been quite a while since I did my last one, over 2 months ago. And I'm doing another one now to say that I'm back. I'm going to be starting to make videos again this week, and I'll go into what those videos are going to be in just a second. I also want to talk about my plan for the future of this channel, the stuff I talked about in my last BoLog, which I had planned for the channel, which is taking a little bit longer, but I'll go into that stuff again and then into that stuff in a little bit more detail as well. But firstly, with the BoLogs, I used to do them in more of a sort of vlog format, so I'd actually speak to the camera. The last two have just been me speaking over gameplay. It will go back to the old format or a mixture of the two in the future. I'm just working on sort of making everything a lot more professional, up the quality of everything, you know, have actual lighting and stuff. So that is why you're just watching gameplay and me speaking over that at the moment. Hopefully in the next one, that'll all be set up. If not, in a couple of weeks or so, hopefully that'll all be set up. So the next BoLog will be me speaking to you again, hopefully all lit up and everything properly, unlike my previous ones where it's been a bit grainy, it's been a bit dark. So that is why there's just gameplay in these previous BoLogs. So I wanted to make this video to discuss the return of content on this channel and talk about what that means, what kind of content it's going to be. And depending on whether I put it in the title of this video, the stuff that's going to be coming to the channel this week is going to be Fortnite Battle Royale content. Now before you click off and go, not more Battle Royale, everyone's already covering this game, do you need to cover it as well? I like to cover games on this channel that I enjoy playing. That's why I used to cover Destiny, before that Call of Duty Zombies, and I really enjoy playing Fortnite Battle Royale. I've been playing it since it first came out, I believe in September, and back then I really wanted to actually cover it as well, but there was a lot of Destiny 2 stuff going on, the game had just come out, there was a lot of videos to make, and I just didn't kind of find time within that Destiny 2 stuff to make Fortnite videos. I thought about doing it again in December when the first 50 vs 50 game mode came out, but again the Curse of Osiris DLC came out and that kind of sidetracked me. So I thought now is the perfect time to start covering Fortnite Battle Royale. Now if you've been a subscriber for the channel for a while, you've seen all my Destiny content and you kind of get an idea for the type of content that I like to make. Me covering Fortnite Battle Royale doesn't mean I'm going to be giving you like top plays of the week, gameplay of me getting victory royale every game. The stuff that I want to be covering is patch notes, new updates, new things added to the game, limited time game modes like the 50 vs 50 coming up this week, that kind of stuff. I see a lot of people covering Fortnite on YouTube, and unfortunately a lot of it is clickbaity stuff. And I try my best on this channel not to ever do any clickbait stuff. I try to make my thumbnails represent what the video is about, make my titles represent what is in the video as well, and hopefully I can bring that to the Fortnite videos as well and hopefully be a little bit different to everyone else. Now I know Fortnite isn't for everyone, some people like PUBG, some people just don't like those type of games, and if you've subscribed for me just for the Destiny stuff and you don't want to see Fortnite, that's fine, you don't have to watch those videos, there will be other stuff on the channel as well. I've been making lots of artwork, thumbnails, designs for the Fortnite videos, and the fact that Fortnite have just added that replay feature is like the most useful tool a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer can ever use. I would love to have something like that in every game. It makes making thumbnails so much easier, it makes capturing footage so much easier, and it's just going to make it a lot more fun for me making these types of videos. So that is what is going to be happening this week. The first video will go up. Now I don't know whether there's going to be a brand new patch this week, because I know Epic has said they're going to be doing them every other week and there was a patch last week. So if there's no patch this week, then I'll be covering the brand new 50 vs 50 game mode as well as week 9 challenges for season 3 battle pass. Now if you subscribe for the Destiny 2 content, which I haven't made in a while, well, Destiny 2's second DLC, Warmind, is coming up in May. The reveal trailer for it is going to be dropping on April 24th along with a Bungie livestream. I know a load of content creators have gone out to Bungie this week to their summit to give them feedback that they can then implement into this DLC to make it a lot better. So hopefully this DLC will sort of see the return of Destiny in a little bit. I don't think we're going to get Destiny back to what it was until the expansion at the end of this year, but hopefully this DLC is a step in the right direction. Now, how am I going to be covering the Destiny 2 DLC? Well, I'm not entirely sure about that at this moment. With Destiny 2's launch and the Curse of Osiris' DLC launch, I mainly covered like exotic weapons and exotic armor, maybe brand new stuff in Eververse, that kind of stuff, and that's my plan at the moment for the Warmind DLC, but my fingers are crossed that they're going to be adding more things into this DLC like exotic quests. I know they've added the implementation of specific strike rewards, so I can cover that stuff as well, but at this current time I don't have a solid plan for what I'm going to be covering in this DLC. I'll probably do a breakdown of the reveal trailer and the live stream, but if you guys have any suggestions for specific things you'd like to see me cover in the Destiny 2 DLC, then do let me know, and also let me know in the comments below Are you still playing Destiny 2? Do you care about Destiny 2? Are you going to be hopping back onto the DLC? Or are you kind of slowly moving away from Destiny 2? You know, we've got some great games coming out this year and next year. We've got The Division 2, which I am really excited about, and I can't wait to cover that game as well. Even though I didn't do much of it, I had a great time covering the first Division. And we've also got EA's Anthem, which is set to be a big hit, but you know, EA with their Star Wars Battlefront 2 microtransaction fiasco will have to hold the hype on Anthem until we see a little bit more at this year's E3, and those are all games that I want to cover as well. And that leads me nicely into the future of this channel. Now in the last BoLog I talked about what I wanted to do for this channel briefly, and that kind of stuff is actually taking me a lot longer than I wanted to do. And what that stuff was, well, mainly it's going to be a weekly gaming news show. So every week you can expect me to go over the top stories that week in the gaming industry, whether that's a new game launching, a brand new trailer or reveal, maybe some sort of controversy in the gaming industry. Whatever it is, I'll be covering it in that show to give you a rundown of the stuff that you missed. You know, I've taken a lot of inspiration from a lot of shows that are already out there on YouTube, and I've begun putting all that into place. However, again, it is taking a little bit longer to get that stuff up and running. I want it to be as professional as possible before I start, so that stuff's probably going to be about another few weeks before you start seeing that on the channel. There'll also be little bite-sized versions of that as well, so if something drops and I really want to cover it straight away in a small segment, that'll be up on the channel as soon as it can be. Along with that, I also want to implement live streaming into the channel properly as well, 2 to 3 times a week over on Twitch. Hopefully I'll be sorting myself out a PC so I can actually live stream properly with overlays, webcam. At this current time I'm running a Mac, and while that's good for everything else, when it comes to live streaming and Elgato's game capture software, it's quite behind when it comes to the live streaming side of things. So hopefully a PC will allow me to make that stuff a lot more professional as well. Now in between that content, you'll also have the Fortnite and Destiny stuff that I talked about, as well as other games like The Division, Anthem, so on and so forth. You know, we've got Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out this year, there's a new Call of Duty, that kind of stuff in between that content. I also want to start doing a lot more breakdowns of trailers. That's something that I used to do in the past, then I sort of stopped doing that, and I really enjoyed breaking down those trailers, analysing them, looking for things that people may have missed, explaining what's going on in these trailers. So that's something you can expect to see sporadically on the channel when trailers do drop. And then the final thing I have planned for this channel at the moment is a sort of podcasty type show in which I talk about games like Destiny, The Division, Anthem, those kind of MMO-like games. It could branch out into more games in the future, but my plan was to bring back the old No Time to Explain Destiny podcast that I did for Destiny 1 with a couple of guys, bring that back as just a sort of show that you can tune into, where I talk about the world of Destiny, what's happening in Destiny, as well as these other games that I've mentioned. However, that is all still work in progress. That is the thing that's sort of furthest away from being actually on the channel. If you guys have any feedback on what you'd like to see in that kind of type show, again, let me know in the comments below, because I really want to get you guys involved a lot more in this channel, because it's as much as mine as it is yours. So I think that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to talk about in this video. A quick summary: videos are starting this week, beginning with Fortnite Battle Royale content. If you have any specific things you'd like me to cover with Fortnite, let me know in the comments below. Destiny stuff will start up again when we start to hear more about the second DLC. Those two types of videos will sort of fill the gap until I can get all this other stuff that I've talked about up and running, to where eventually you'll have something probably new every day on the channel, which is exciting to think about. You know, I've missed making videos so much, I really like doing this, and I want to kind of get all this stuff up and running, and then maybe in the future I might think about things like Patreon. I see a lot of content creators using that as a way to actually be able to do this, and that's something that I'm thinking about, but that's not something that I want to launch straight away. I want to have all this stuff up and running for a couple of weeks before I even think about that. You know, how would I even run that? Would I give you guys access to videos early, and what kind of rewards and stuff? So that's all stuff that I want to think about for the channel's future. Other stuff I'm thinking about is, you know, merch. I've already done like lots of ideas of designs and stuff, so maybe that is stuff I can think about for the channel as well. Let me know what you guys think about that. Would you like to see merch and stuff like that in the future? But there you have it. That is everything. Excited to be back, excited to be making content. Hopefully you guys are excited as well. For those of you who are still hanging around, I appreciate you. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. You might like the content that I'm going to be putting up. If you are already subscribed, make sure you hit that bell notification, because otherwise I don't believe you get videos to your sub box. So if you want to see my videos when they go up, be sure to click that. I will add I've now got the community tab on YouTube, which is a way for me to communicate with you guys directly. If you're on desktop you can see it, or if you're on mobile it will appear in your subscription feed, and I'll leave a link to the community tab in the description below. And this is where I'll put updates of what's going on with the channel, if I'm doing live streams and stuff over on Twitch, and I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. You can see it all in that community tab. I can post pictures and give you little previews of things coming up on the channel. And if you want to talk to me directly, Twitter is probably the best place. I'm going to start using that a lot more, maybe putting up polls and things for you guys to vote on for what you'd like to see on the channel, as well as maybe like live stream games and things like that. So if you have a Twitter account, feel free to follow me over on Twitter as well. That is enough rambling on. Thank you guys so much for watching and staying with me all this time. Hopefully you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out with me here, and I'll see you guys later this week with a brand new video. Bye bye.